in starting. We had a little bit of a technical issue to take care of, but you know how that is. Hello to our speakers, Karen Dai, Irénée Robin, and Quinn Su.
Hi.
Welcome to all of you, and thank you for being with us today. We've got some exciting topics ahead of us this morning. A summary of the 2024 China IVD report. Yes, market statistics that are correct as of 31 December. Navigating China's regulatory landscape, what's new in 2025. And also how enterprises drive digital transformation and compliance development within China, a topic which is a big concern and not often addressed. We will have a question and answer session at the end, so please type your questions into the chat, and we will have the speakers address your questions one by one after the third presentation. So, our first speaker is Karen Dai, the Executive Deputy Secretary of the China Association of In Vitro Diagnostics and also General Manager of CACLP. Karen is a visionary. She sees CACLP's role to be that of facilitator and resource to the worldwide IVD industry. And she's the person behind the decision to make the China IVD report accessible to an English-speaking audience via this webinar. So Karen, over to you.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you, everyone, for this seminar. We have old friends. We have Robin, who have been working with us for several years, and we have a lot of developments and new idea and insights about the market. And also, we have new friends today. We have Quinn from Gene Digital, and our truly appreciation for your joining our meeting today to share your knowledge and how we can play the market all together, no matter in China or outside of China. So thank you all. I will start my presentation first. So everyone, as Caroline introduced, I'm the General Secretary of China Association of In Vitro Diagnostics, CAIVD. And today I'm very pleased to share with you the 2024 China IVD Industry Report for the third time. So I hope this report can give you a brief introduction about our IVD market and how international companies may think of your China strategy per the market facts and the tendency. So the 2024 China In Vitro Diagnostic Industry Annual Report was officially released this March during the 22nd edition of CACLP in Hangzhou City and has been the 10th edition since 2015. This report is jointly produced by the major IVD associations from China, including China Association of In Vitro Diagnostic, CAIVD, which connects over 2,000 manufacturers, distributors, and service providers all across the country, and IVD branch of China Association for Medical Device Industry and the Shanghai Academy of Experimental Medicine, which is also home to academicians, scientists, and doctors. This report showcases a comprehensive analysis on the industry development from 4 major parts, including policy and business environment, current status, future development, opportunity and challenges, opinion, and suggestions. So after the end of the COVID in end of 2022, we call 2023 is the year of transforming, and the 2024 was the year of stabilization. So in the past 2 years, a lot of new policies, new regulatories happened in China, including, like, as you all know, VBP, DRG, DIP, and also the processing of LDT, the launching of LDT in China, which is quite slow. Also, the separation of technical and consumer goods costs, and so on. So all these new regulatories and policies has strongly affected the market size and the competitive landscape of China healthcare industry. So this report foresees a continuous growth to be expected in the following years that are mainly driven by the increase on an aging population, chronic disease management, growing awareness on healthcare management from the general public. So according to our report, China IVD market size reached 16.7 billion US dollar in 2024. So you see it's remained the same level as 2023 because the general environment still remains the same. 50% of the sales is from international brands that remain also the same as 2023. This figure is as per the ex-work price of domestic manufactured products and wholesale price from imported products. So if we have the upstream products and the exported volume all included, the total turnover is about $23.2 billion in 2023. The IVD upstream market, which includes raw materials, components, and consumables, is about $2.8 billion. So 70 to 80% of them are from international companies. Within that, 60% of the overall turnover is from raw materials, which is truly a key segment with a high potential from the international players who are very much interested in China, together with the key components. So in conclusion, raw materials and components still plays a big part for the imported products in China, especially in IVD sectors. So according to this report, the midstream part is segmented into 7 major categories. So as listed here, the overall sales of clinical biochemical actually dropped 5%, mainly due to the VBP launched especially for 2 new items in 2024, which is strongly affecting the overall turnover of this specific category. So still, in short term, this segment shall remain stable at current level due to the very high demand and more automated products and the production line launched. The second one is immunoassay as the biggest segment in China, which contributed 35% of the overall market share, is still remain the same as last year. However, along with the implementation of DRG, the regular testing package shall be disassembled that leads to the lower expenditure per capita, as well as the ongoing VBP policy, which may strongly affect this sector and slower the overall growth in the immunoassay part. So the third one, molecular diagnostics has been widely used among respiratory testing, maternal and kid healthcare, cancer screening territories. However, since there is no more new advanced technology developed in recent years after the COVID, actually we don't see a big increase could be happen in the coming years. Meanwhile, this market segmentation shall also be affected by the penetrated part from POCT from many more diversified and using scenarios. So molecular diagnosis in the coming years, we see no big potential to have quick growth in the coming years. Then hematology is slightly recovered actually in 2024 due to the recovery of the routine testing in the hospitals and healthcare institutions. However, again, also this kind of sales and turnover may remain stable, but we also see a big pushover for the growing in the coming years. POCT slightly recovered too and will be boosted by development of new technology and increasing number of primary healthcare facilities in lower city, which is strongly promoted by the whole country to improve the overall welfare of the living quality and healthcare standard for the massive rural area across the China. So we see a strong potential in POCT area in the coming years. Then microbiology, this part also remains stable in 2024 because the increase is mainly coming from the growing number of infection disease units opened in higher grade hospitals, and more research have been seen on the association between chronic disease and microbiome studies. So although it's not a big part, but there is more investment and more studies happening in these sectors, and we see a growing potential in the coming future. And meanwhile, the imported products and international company accounts for 80% of the overall share of the microbiology, which is very dynamic for the international players in this specific area. So the last part, not the least part, is the pathology. So actually the development of the new technology, including automation, artificial intelligence, and the remote diagnostics, all these new technology innovations actually is providing more potential for pathology field. Meanwhile, molecular pathology is widely applied following the precision medicine tendency, which is mainly also led by international companies. So in general, you see there is quite a lot of potential for international companies, although the overall challenge from the China market is also strong, but we see the potential in some specific fields and segment. So also according to the 2024 annual report from the National Health Commission, there is over 1.07 million medical and healthcare institutes in China, a slight growth compared with 2023. In general, we have almost 40,000 more hospitals and healthcare facilities opened in 2024. So as I mentioned, the China government committed to keep investing in the down-tier cities and the rural areas, and the development of primary healthcare facilities has been on the first priority in the recent years from the central government. And the more purchasing and the more preferential conditions are offered to this specific area, which will lead to a high potential and a growing potential for all the healthcare players and for the IVD companies in the coming years. So this is the area I think it's important for international companies to keep an eye on. So as a conclusion, this report foresees the opportunities mainly comes from 5 major areas, including chronic diseases, cancer screening, infectious disease, at-home self-testing, and maternal and child health care. These 5 sectors has some potential in 2023, and we see the potential will continue in 2024 and 2025, the coming years ongoing. So new product registration always give us a picture of the market status. So in 2024, the China Food and Drug Administration, CFDA, actually approved 662 certificates with a big increase of 53% compared with the previous year. So among them, 129 are imported products that accounted for almost 20% of the total with a 16% increase. So this is also one way proves that despite of the new regulation, the regulation of VBP or DRG, DIP, still there is quite a lot of potential from the existing Chinese market, and also the Chinese government, the authority bureau is very open for new products registration to encourage new technology, new products to in general improve our healthcare condition and the treatment conditions and technologies. So the general process of product registration actually is as same complicated as the other countries in China. However, there is always fast tracks for expedited registration. So for us, we have some YouTube videos introducing such a process. So feel free to search online and you can find all this information and video for your reference for the registration process in China. So this report also provides the most promising sectors and the 7 major development tendencies in China in the following years as a guideline for the players to have your strategic planning of the production and business in China. So the report provides a ranking of the most potential product lines according to the survey, which is done among the key IVD players, including all the 73 public listed companies. So during this survey, we can see that molecular diagnostic, POCT, and immunoassay are the top 3 most favored product line from the overall pool and the survey. And we will see is that it's more promising and more foreseen from the industry players that this will have a continuing growing potential in the coming 5 years. And meanwhile, also according to the same survey among the key IVD players in China, the government support and also clinical demand and innovation on technology and products have been seen as the essential factors that shall drive forward the IVD, the growth of IVD industry in China. So you see, it's general two hands. One hand is from the government policies and from the supervision from the central government and these authorities. The other side is the innovation and the new technology. Two hands and to is the driving force for the development of the IVD industry in China. So also, according to the report, a 5 to 8% of growth is expected in the coming years, which is quite conservative actually compared with the previous 5 to 6 years as the overall market situation and the supervising situation is under a changing period. So this report provides actually below major development tendencies in China for everyone to as a reference and for your strategic planning in the coming future. So first of all, automated and intelligent testing equipment shall be the further widely used in more healthcare facilities in various kinds of diagnostic technology. The secondly is more and more new biomarkers should be identified along with the development of precision medicine to provide a more efficient diagnostic and treatment environment for all patients and within the healthcare system. The third is this portable and remote diagnostic technology and devices will be further used and widely implemented from first tier to lower tier cities all across China. The first is more and more interdisciplinary and integration and innovative development are foreseen, again, to provide a more efficient treatment and healthcare system to well integrate the resources from different channels. The Fifth is innovation in early disease screening and prevention technologies. It also seems very promising in the coming years. Sixth is advancing toward higher specificity and sensitivities is also being very important for the companies to planning for the future products and new technologies. We also again foresee a more synergies between globalization and localization of IVD technologies in both ways is on the first priority for most of the companies, no matter they are from outside of China or in China, since the overall market is being more and more integrated from everywhere. So we also see more awareness on environment protection and sustainable development, and all this ESG has also been driven from the listed company and to all the key companies in the IVD industry. So all above mentioned trends are widely recognized, as I said, not only in China but also worldwide. I think no matter where we are all facing the same challenges, no matter where we are, and that also provides us every reason to be more agile and also to be united within the healthcare system, since we are everyone here are part of the healthcare system, despite of the complex of the world, and so we can face the challenge tomorrow all together. So last but not least, I would like to share with you is that the 23rd edition of CACOP, the 13th China IVD Industry Development Conference, and the 11th China Experimental Medicine Conference will be held in Xiamen City next March. That will be our second time visiting this gorgeous city in the past 10 years. So hereby, I would very much cordially invite you to come and see the China IVD industry, see China IVD market all by yourselves, and to meet the community and exchange the idea within this beautiful city. So it is not an easy year for China IVD industry in 2024, and it won't be easy in the coming years. So that's why it's even more important for all of us, no matter where you are in China or outside of China, to stay closer, stay together to face the challenges, and because we all believe IVD is the territory full of opportunities and full of potentials. And I believe that when we stay together, we will find more opportunities and more future to develop jointly. So thank you for your time. I hope to see you or welcome you in Xiamen next March. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Karen. Some real insight there. And we've seen quite a few questions come up during your speech.